Yeah, Breeze, Tua Tagovailoa's name has been in the bright lights and the headlines since the national championship game. He's already etched his name into Tide football history, but the real meaning behind Tua goes well beyond touchdowns.
Down. Here's Tua stepping back, loads up.
For most of the Tide faithful, number 13
looks long.
Is just Tua. 3 letters, 2 syllables.
Throws end zone.
As easy as a Tua touchdown pass.
Touchdown! Alabama!
But Reverend Tuanigamanuolepola knows Tua's full name.
Tuanigamanuolepola.
And the story that comes with it.
He's been around the process with Tua growing up. He's the one that baptized Tua. He's always been a part of my life.
Menino and his wife flew from Hawaii to Alabama to watch Tua and younger brother Talia dominate the gridiron.
Tua is my nephew. one of my many nephews in terms of Ngalu's family, which is Tua's dad. I am second cousins with him. Our fathers are first cousins.
Founded in family, but rooted in religion, Menino served as Tua's childhood pastor under the watchful eye of Nalu's father, Papa Tagovailoa.
He was not only my uncle, but he was one of the founding members of the church in which I was the pastor of.
It's special to me, you know, and my family, especially my boys. I mean, he's always been there for my kids. You know, he's always been there for my dad.
Just before the 2014 football season, Papa Tagovailoa passed away. The family chief and Tua's biggest inspiration never saw his grandson take a varsity snap.
It was a great loss. And it's hard to find the right words to even describe the kind of loss that we had when he passed away. My whole family was left with this vacancy.
Without his grandfather, Tua considered quitting football until his father and family, including Menino, stepped in.
I feel like with him being here is like a replacement of my father, you know, being around my dad and, you know, with everything that we've gone through.
To fill up the shoes of, you know, my greatest relatives that passed by, let alone Ngalu's dad and my dad, I don't think I'm able to do that.
Menino's humility is as evident as his teachings passed down to his nephew.
Brings tears to my eyes to see this young kid matured up in his faith, because that is symbolic of how this family is. This family is a very, very religious family, spiritual, and Tua takes that to another level.
One true freshman to another. A beautiful throw.
Tua's success comes as no surprise to his family. His name destined for greatness even before his first breath.
Diana was about to give birth. My dad had asked me if I could name my son after me. But I felt that there was a lot of people within my family that were named the same name that I have. I wanted to name him after my brother, you know what I'm saying? And that's how we got Tua.
His Samoan name actually comes from the village named Vatia. On the northern tip of this village, there is actually a peak called Polatai. On the tip of that mountain lives a bird. It was often referred to as the morning herald because the habit of that bird was to wake up in the morning and actually makes that noise to wake up everybody for prayer. The first part of the name is Tu, not Tua, meaning stand. Aninga means to be echoed. And then the last part of the name would be Manuolepola, bird of that mountain.
Rather than make a name for himself, Tua defines his name for others.
He is standing out there, making this noise and heralding this joy and this praise for our Heavenly Father in what he does.
I would say my poise comes from my faith. I just pray for peace, you know. I just pray asking God, let your will be done in me.
You know, Samoan people, they have meanings behind those names, you know. And with Tua, I mean, it's a strong meaning.
Strong indeed, and a reflection of his greatest Samoan forefather.
The old man would probably take it in a spiritual way, just like we all are, because that is a spiritual man. Above all, football should serve that goal of us in life, to live brotherly and sisterly and to the glory of our Heavenly Father.
Well, there is no doubt that Tua's grandfather is watching down on him with pride. The only question that remains is if the full name, Tuanigamanuolepola Tagovailoa, will be on the Heisman Trophy at the end of the year. Brees, back to you.
How long did she practice that? Holy.